Hello, everyone. This is hashtag follow the conversation, episode 61. This is the show on whackmatters.com where we talk about whatever we want, however we choose to do it. And my name is my name is not Michael Nip. My name is Drewby, and I'm joined with my co-host Michael.
I am the real Michael Nip.
As you will learn later in the show. How's it going, man?
Good. I am starting to get hungry. What took you so long, man? Where were you?
All right, so right before the show, I texted you and I was like, "All right, I'm ready. I'm going to start setting the show up. Let's get ready. I'll see you shortly." I then go into my kitchen to get some nacho cheese because I want a nacho cheese with my chips. And I take the nacho cheese out of the fridge and then put it on the counter and then start to walk away. But I was a little hasty and it wasn't all the way on the counter. And it then fell onto the floor and broke. And I lost all of my nacho cheese.
While that is a tragedy, I was curious what took you so long anyway. Were you grocery shopping for like 3 hours?
It is a madhouse out there, Michael. For those of you who don't know, it is the epicenter of Winter Storm garbage. Well, I don't Kara
or something.
Something like that, yeah. So no, actually I was I got home and I was actually getting some stuff taken care of before we started the show. So yep, it is, but I am here and we are ready to do this thing, and I'm gonna eat my chips without nacho cheese.
Would you like to see what I was doing?
Michael, would you care to share with the crew what you've been doing?
Here's some spoilers, people. Look at them on screen.
Oh,
you see this?
Cover my eyes.
These are spoilers. Do you see these arrows? This is either a cheat for Dance Dance Revolution, so I could memorize the steps, or this is a notebook that I was using to help me play the new video game, The Witness.
What is The Witness, Michael?
The Witness is a game made by Jonathan Blow, the creator of Braid. And if I were to... Okay, so like there's different aspects of the game. It's a very beautiful looking game. There is a narrative so far. Spoilers. The super genius Jonathan Blow... it appears so far, at least as far as I can tell in his narrative, he is seemingly anti-religious. Like that's what's coming across in the narrative pretty heavy right now. In the gameplay, he is a mastercraft of puzzle design. And I both love him and hate him for that. Because let me tell you, he is a so we've talked about this before. Like there's different types of video games. There's games that you play for fun, and there's games that you play to challenge yourself. And we've mentioned games like Dark Souls, which you're playing, are games that challenge you and force you to perhaps play beyond the limits that you thought you were capable of. Jonathan Blow has called his video game style the anti-Nintendo, in the fact that Nintendo tends to make video games that are overly tutorialized and extremely simple, perhaps to a fault. They require so little of you that it's kind of annoying. Like, and this is not just Nintendo. Frequently, Japanese games of recent years are made this way, with like exceptions of Dark Souls. This game starts off, and you walk out to an area, and you happen upon a puzzle, and so you click on the puzzle centers in your view, and then you click, and it's a really easy puzzle to solve. But what it does is it teaches you the basic mechanic of the game. You walk to a second puzzle, and it requires of you a slightly more difficult version of the easy puzzle. What you're doing throughout the entire game is you are using puzzles that, without any words or tutorials, strictly speaking, you are using puzzles to teach yourself how to solve harder puzzles until you yourself have figured out naturally the way that you're supposed to progress through this game without any game telling you how to do so. The good thing about this is I like games that make you think. Like, I like being able to we mentioned this before, like what if there was a Batman game where you actually had to solve the crime? What was stuff like that. Her story is kind of like that. The thing that Jonathan Blow's game does is it takes a concept, it makes you learn it, it makes you rethink, like makes you double sure that you learned it, and then it just makes it harder and harder and harder. And it is sometimes maddening. I was just stuck on a puzzle for probably an hour straight. And there's times where you're walking, I mean, it's an open world. You can walk anywhere at any time, but you will walk into puzzles and you just don't know. Like, the puzzle is a basic grid, and you move a line and you have to get to the end of the grid. That's the first puzzle. Spoilers. But then you're going to find a puzzle that looks different. It may have, I don't know, dots on it. And so you try to move the line to the end of the grid, and the puzzle fails. So you have to figure out, okay, well, what am I supposed to do if this rules for this puzzle are different? And so you're using visual cues and stuff to figure out what the different rules for different puzzles are. And sometimes you'll just walk into an area and there's a puzzle that you've never seen before, and you have no idea how to solve it. And sometimes you're not supposed to solve that puzzle right there. The game would let you try, but you may not be able to, just because you have no idea what the rules are supposed to be. So you go to a different part of the game, and maybe in a different zone, there is an easy version of that same type of puzzle. And you can solve it and be like, okay, I don't really know what's happening yet. And so what the quote-unquote tutorial areas for different puzzles are usually 5 of the same puzzle in a row. You solve the simplest version, and then it moves you to a slightly harder one, and then you can solve the slightly harder one. And by doing this, you are able to learn entire rule sets without knowing that you're doing it. Or you do know you're doing it, it's just a very, very intuitive way of doing it, where instead of having a game that says, hey, for this puzzle type, you have to follow this tutorial, and you have to use these rules, you learn that naturally, and then you can walk across the world and see that puzzle in a different zone, and you have to use that puzzle. The problem is, once you've completed the tutorial for a puzzle, you think you're good, but the puzzles get harder and harder and harder with each type. And sometimes it is just, in a good way, it is just intense. And like, I'm sitting here just racking my brain, I have so many screenshots, I have so many things written down. My wife helped me on numerous occasions, just because she was looking at it from a fresh perspective, walking back and forth, and she's kind of playing the game in and out with me. As well as, hold on, let's see if you can see this. Can you see this?
You just not really, just shove her into the closet doors, though.
There we go.
There we go.
Baby on the Beat is in the background. She's half sleeping.
Well, is she helping you to play The Witness?
She is. So she is now 8.5 weeks old or so. And the thing that she has discovered now is that she likes to look at screens, which is much to my dismay, because there's a lot of things that are on TV screens that are not appropriate for children, or especially little children. And I am going to quickly have to start adjusting the types of things that she's able to see, which is it's just going to make getting time to do certain things much more difficult. But at this time, she's just starting to look at screens, and I think she particularly likes looking at The Witness because it has a lot of pretty colors. Like, it's very bright and vivid and beautiful in a lot of ways, and so she just likes to stare at the screen. Which, I guess, if there's a game that is okay for her to watch, it's not violent or anything. But
it's just anti-religion.
That's not a good thought. That's not a good thought. Well, she definitely would not be able to understand that at this point. In fact, by saying that the game is anti-religion, it's almost proving its own point, because the way that it's talking negatively about religion is inferring that people that are religious do not use logic and do not think about things. And so by having faith in something that they do not understand, they are ignorant and responsible for a lot of problems. And so obviously by me saying that the game is anti-religious, it's kind of proving its point, saying that I'm unwilling to negotiate with logic in its terms. So I don't know. Whatever.
It's a game. It's a game that I want to pick up at some point. I do not have it yet. But it's something that I would like to own. When we at first you were kind of leaning between XCOM 2 and this game, and then you decided that you would go with this game because it sounded like your type of game. Is that proving true? Is this a Michael game through and through?
Yeah. So the it came down to XCOM and it came down to The Witness. Witness was cheaper. I wanted both of them eventually, so that was not part of the discussion. It was more, what do I get right now if I get anything? And I was leaning towards XCOM 2 because part of the value of XCOM 2 is it looks awesome and I kind of know what it is. And so I know very much that I will enjoy XCOM 2. I did not fully know what The Witness was, but when The Witness reviews started dropping and people were able to start talking about The Witness, and I was able to realize that it was just this mastercraft in game design, as well as like this mysterious thing that no one knew anything about, which that was one of the audio clips that was in The Witness. I guess that's a spoiler, talking about the like sometimes a huge value for something is not knowing what it is and not being able to understand it. It's kind of a meta commentary on the game itself. I took it that way. Just not knowing what's going on and having to figure it out from scratch is one of my favorite things in media, both books, or I guess all three: books, TV, and video games. And so the way that this is very Dark Souls-esque in its teaching and mysterious in its presentation were basically the most Michael things that I could ask for in a game.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. No, yeah, no, I can. You're, yeah. All right. Cool. No, let's pick it up. Recommend. And one thing, like you already said, the game makes you think for yourself. Like it doesn't handhold you really at all, and I'm
curious to see kind of when you get into it what kind of happens.
Whether I just drop it right then and there, or whether I continue on and.
Well, I don't know, because like I have the benefit of a second set of eyes that sometimes just like gives me suggestions that are sometimes right and sometimes wrong, and sometimes just like that fresh perspective of like rethinking in a different way helps me think about something in a different way and solve that kind of stuff. Man, there's some cool ways to solve puzzles in this game. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah,
but there's some weird stuff I've already seen.
Cool.
So have you played any Dark Souls?
I played a little bit the other night. I got my butt handed to me. And that right above I think, what is it, the Crystal Cave or something like that?
As the Crystal Caverns, yeah.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get you know exactly where I am though, and I'm trying to kind of get back into the swing of things on that. So we will see how much farther. I haven't been able to play a whole lot though. The one night I was going to play, I was like, all right, I'm going to put Netflix on. I'm going to play Dark Souls, and then I was like falling asleep in my chair just watching Netflix. Like I was too tired to invest in Dark Souls. So. But another game that I have kind of started playing again, I've been playing some Pokemon. I've got back. I'm kind of starting to get back into it. I've started playing. I have a copy of X on the 3DS. I've been playing, and just tonight, I got my Mew for people.
Why'd you get a physical card?
So here's how this event is working. In order for you to get the legendary, you go to a retailer or someone who is doing it, and you go there, and then they give you this thing. And it's got some of the date. It's got the date on it, some stuff on it, and on the back there's some instructions and a serial code that I will scratch off. Code? And I just enter the code, and I download it from the internet.
Okay,
it's different. I've only been to one other Pokemon event in my life. That was for Darkrai. I believe you, I, and Jacob, our friend, went to Toys R Us with our DSs in tow and went. So you hop on a Wi-Fi hotspot, I believe, and we downloaded it and we got it. We were done. I'm kind of excited about. So this is the 20th year of Pokemon, and to celebrate, they are giving a bunch of legendaries that they've had special events for. They're giving another chance to come out. So like Mew, here's a Mew that you can get. next month, I don't remember what's next month is, but in May, the one I care about, I get my Darkrai back. So I got Darkrai initially from an event. However, my little brother got my copy of Pokemon and erased my save.
That's a common little brother thing to do. That doesn't make it okay.
That is a terrible little brother thing to do. And so so I've got to get another Darkrai. But I was actually looking online the other day. I was like, how do I get a Darkrai? And like, here's a video of this little kid's like, all right, you got to go to this specific area, and then you hack it this way. It's just whatever. This is a way for me to get it, and actually kind of in a time when I'm starting to get back into Pokemon a little bit. So that's cool.
You're making me want to pull my 3DS out and see what's going down.
Yeah. So funny story. So I get off work today, and before I go to the grocery store, I pull into GameStop, which is one of the retailers on my area that is having this event. And so I'm standing outside and I'm trying to get on the Wi-Fi, and it's like, I'm not going to go inside to do this. Like, I am a grown man. I do not need to be seen going inside for a Pokemon event. I am just chilling outside. And I was like, there's no Wi-Fi spot. And so I'm looking online. I was like, how is this supposed to work? And they're talking about cards. And then this other kid whose mom drops him off. Like, he's probably still in middle school or not, like early high school. His mom drops him off and he goes inside with his 3DS in tow. It's like, oh. So I kind of had to swallow my pride a little bit and go inside with this kid.
Is it just a box, or do you have to actually ask someone at the front desk?
Yeah, so you have to go to the front desk and you just tell them what you want, and they know exactly what, and they give it to you. So you have to walk into public and then publicly admit the shameful fact that you are a grown man who still plays Pokemon.
Whatever.
And then like, oh yeah, here you go.
Grown-ups can like Pokemon. That's just a stupid misnomer. We like all kinds of stupid stuff that people think we're stupid for liking.
It was still a moment of just like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like, I am shamed right now.
I think it's a cultural pressure on something that doesn't matter that much. I don't know. There are bronies in this world. People that like Pokemon are not that bad.
That is a true statement. I'm trying to scratch this thing off.
Your fingernails or your teeth.
No, I'm not gonna use my teeth. So yeah,
I really want to just pull out my 3DS, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, you should do it. You should do it. I'm gonna scratch this off, and I want to actually get this code and get my Mew while we're on the air, so people can see the genuineness of how this works.
Oh, give me a second. Hi, baby.
All right, Mike. Baby on the beat is awake. Michael's walking away. There's a shot of baby Molly for all of you who have yet to meet Baby on the Beat. All right, gotta scratch this thing off. There we go. Let me see. It didn't. Yeah, I gotta be careful because you don't want to scratch the number below that. And while you've got that beautiful shot of just Baby on the Beat. Yeah, all right. That's the Molly. All right, now pull out my 3DS. No access point range. All right, I receive gift. Yes, this is a great podcast. Get with code. You'll be connected to the internet. Yes. Connected to the internet. Please stand by.
So by some Christmas miracle, my 3DS has battery.
Wow. How much?
Full bars.
Perhaps.
I'm logging into Alpha Sapphire because that should be where everybody of my Pokemon are. I have to update it.
Okay. Yes, I still have X. I do not have Alpha Sapphire yet. I think I would like to get it though. All right.
I don't remember if I moved my Pokemon up to Alpha Sapphire from X. I need to figure out how to do that and then do that. I like to have everybody on the most recent one. One of our fellow people on the site, Blake, likes to keep them all in the game that he got them on. I think that's partially because he actually got a full dex in one of the games. What the heck?
At some point, though, you just have to care about the Pokemon that you're like. For you, it's probably just a couple legendaries, right? And maybe your starter.
I have like probably 15 level 100s.
Wow, Michael, you've played some Pokemon in the day.
Well, yeah, and like the thing is, I started with Pokemon Fire Red, and I was able to carry all of my Pokemon up from that one. So like my original Charizard is level 100 and stuff like that. So I have every single Pokemon I've ever leveled up.
All right, it says searching for a gift.
Man, I really,
I just
really,
entered in the
really
code.
hate having to update my 3DS every time I turn it on. I should turn it on more often.
The mythical Pokemon Mew. To celebrate 20
I'm
years of Pokemon, you have received Mew.
I'm a little
First
jealous because
Pokemon.
I've never had a Mew.
Really?
Yep.
Mew, the first mythical Pokemon discovered, was originally distributed to Pokemon Red and Blue.
Yep.
So, would you like to receive this gift? Receive this gift? Yes. All right. So this might be my. Okay. I've never leveled myself a Pokemon to level 100.
Interesting. They're showing us a picture of your Mew.
He's so happy.
He's just
You can
dancing.
kind of see him a little bit. Yeah, he's just dancing. He's so happy. Gift has been received. Please pick your gift from the delivery girl in the Pokemon Center. All right. A button done. All right. All right. I'm gonna go get my Mew. I have been traded a Pokemon in the past that have been 100. I know you've given me a Kyogre. That's pretty dope. Which I
give you
no
level
longer
100
have because my
Kyogre?
I thought you did. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I probably did not.
Okay. Okay. Then if no one's ever traded me 100, then this will be my first level 100.
Somebody
Pokemon.
might have. It just definitely was not me.
I don't think. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I had 100 because the highest level I had was a Darkrai, which was like in the 70s or maybe low 80s. I've never actually gotten one to 100. All right, I'm going to the delivery center now. Baby on the beat is awake.
Yes, she is awake and chilling. She's neutral. She's neither happy nor sad.
What's her who's her favorite Pokemon?
Her favorite Pokemon is probably Jigglypuff because she really likes pink. Molly likes pink a lot. Mew is
That's
also
just a
pink.
stereotype. Yes,
Also,
that is. But pink is
Every
just a
every
stereotype.
single clothing item that she owns is basically pink.
Where is this delivery person? I don't want to go to a Pokemart.
He's in a Pokemart.
The delivery person is in the Pokemart
Yes,
or the Poke Center.
the Pokemart usually. Well, it depends on the game. I think I've seen them in both.
Pokemon. I've been told to go to the delivery girl. No, that's a safari person. Oh, maybe this is the delivery chick. Good evening.
make
You
sure
must
you-
be- I
you
found
have
her.
Make sure you have an empty spot in your inventory.
Yep, I just just said, hey, wait, you're full. All right, I gotta deposit a Pokemon. How about my? Yeah, How about my Pidgeotto? I'm gonna deposit my Pidgeotto.
So you're playing? What'd you say? X or Y? Is that what you're playing?
I'm playing X right now. I only have 2 Pokemon games. I have Diamond for the DS, and then I have that. So,
Okay.
all right, log out. I also red, blue, and yellow are going to be released on the 3DS Virtual Console in February. That's also part of the. All right, I got my Mew.
Yay!
Sweet. Now I gotta check this out. Now it's in here. I'll have to show you guys once I get. All right, here we go. Summary. Ah. I only has one move.
What is it?
Pound.
He can learn every move, though. I believe.
He's psychic, level 100. I'll see if I can show this. No, that's not gonna work.
I have 1 hour in this game.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like
come on, man. Well, now you've got a reason to move on. You know, now you've got something to work towards.
I'm trying to see if I have any Pokemon in this game yet.
So for those interested in these events, the ones that are coming up, the Mew is the first Pokemon for the entire year. It's available February 1st to February 24th, and you can only get them on 3DS Pokemon games. So for Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, those 4 Pokemon games are you able to receive any of these legendaries on any of these for these events. So yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm glad that they are bringing these back. At least Darkrai. I mean, Mew's cool. Whatever. Mew and Darkrai are really the only legendaries I think on the list that are coming that I know of. But yeah, I'm gonna get a Darkrai again.
Mew is very, very rare. At least I think it is. I've never got one, so I'm actually excited about that.
Well, when was the original event? Like, that must have been a while back.
I mean, the original event? It would have been like when the game came out in like 98 in America.
But have they had those? Have they had Mew events since? Do you know?
What?
I'm talking about if it's so rare, I'm wondering why.
They have had them since. But they have had them since. Heck darn it.
All right, I'm on Bulbapedia. I'm checking out Mew. I want to see if I can get some information on like.
You can teach them whatever you want. Just use like TMs.
So, what do you mean?
You get move teacher like things that you.
No, I'm not talking about moves. I want to know more about like when Mew first came out and like all of that. Like why is it so rare for Pokemon? That's what I want to know. Because like you've been playing Pokemon for years and you don't have one.
The Poke Transporter.
Yeah. So, no, I've got Mew, and then all right. So I'm gonna pull up the list of Pokemon that would come out, so those listening to the show can kind of get their heads up on what's coming. Let's see, Pokemon events. All right, here we go. I think are these all of them? No, that's not right. Let's see here. Event Pokemon. Those are just straight up event Pokemon. I want to know. Molly's got stuff to say.
Yes, she's very busy. She likes to talk.
The life of a baby. It's pretty. There's lots happening. I'm just gonna look up that Polygon article because that had all the information in it that I'm looking for.
I'm looking up information on how to transfer Pokemon from Pokemon X to Pokemon Sapphire or Alpha Sapphire or whatever it's called.
I'm wondering if you're going to need an X2 copy.
A what?
X2 copy.
What's X2?
Not X2, Black 2 or White 2.
No, I already have them in X.
Yeah, but to transfer them to the 3DS.
They're on the 3DS. They're in.
You're talking. I'm thinking you transfer them from Black to.
No, I already did that. There's an app for that. Basically.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So just going down the list. Next month in March, there's a Celebi. That's March 1st through the 24th. The month after that, April, a Jirachi. The month after that, May, Darkrai. That is the one that I care about. May's got to come. After that, Manaphy. I recognize that one. Then you got a Shaman in July. Arceus, August. Arceus, I think, is like a horse thing. It's a horse Pokemon, I think. Vistini is in September. Keldeo, October. Genesect, November. And Meloetta. That's what we're gonna go with. Is in December, and this is always as part of them celebrating Pokemon. You know, it's been 20 years of Pokemon. My first official Pokemon game was Diamond. That was only a couple years ago. Michael, you've been playing for a lot longer than me. So I think friend of the site Blake is going to be pretty excited about some of this news. Be able to help get him, unless he already has all of these.
Well, he has before because he's completed a Pokédex. So I think he's actually gotten all of these before. Unless these are
Pokédex.
I believe he did the. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure he did the Diamond Pearl Pokédex. So unless those are legendaries from a game past Diamond Pearl, he's gotten them.
I don't think So I think these are all older than those.
I thought so,
Ah.
but I don't remember.
Nice. What do you think of the fact that they're just handing them out at level 100 and not like level 50 or 60 like they normally do?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really take that long for a normal person to level them up to 100. It's just a time thing. So it's not like a skill thing, definitely.
Mhm.
Also,
Yeah.
handing them out at level 100 honestly kind of makes it makes them worse than if they handed them out at a lower level. Because you're not able to EV train them or do some of the specialization that you would be able to do if they'd hand them out at a lower level.
Can you not EV train at this point? Like you can
No,
you still
EV
go around and
training
kill a
is-
bunch of Psyducks?
EV training involves them leveling up. They have to level up to do that. EV training basically stacks a bunch of effort value points onto something, and then the effort value is applied when they level up. So if they can never level up, you can't actually gain anything from the EV train.
See, that was one of the things that's really stunk about my Darkrai is because I had EV trained him in special attack and was it special defense, I think, or something. At least I know it was special attack was one of them. And like I had finished the EV training, I was busy leveling him up, and then I lost my man.
Nice.
Was Molly have an opinion on Darkrai EV training?
She likes Darkrai, but she thinks she's scary. Do you think you can cover me for like 30 seconds?
30 seconds, sure.
Bye.
Gotcha. All right. So while Michael is gone for 30 seconds, I want to talk a little. So Pokemon as a thing. All right. So just those of you in the middle of the show, or who might not be as familiar with the website, we've recently relaunched. It used to be theculturepeople.com. We are now at whackmatters.com. We've got several podcasts on the site, one of which is the Americans Idol podcast. Michael and I go in deep on American Idol and share our thoughts about and emotions about the contestants and the performances. And we are now out of the second Idol week. We're now going into this next week of Hollywood. It's going to be the last half of Hollywood week. And then after that, we'll get the final 24. But if you're watching American Idol and you want our opinions on American Idol, be sure to check that out on the site. There are 7 episodes up right now on the site.
Yeah, I should post the 8th one at some point.
Okay, whenever. But more of that is coming on the site, so stay tuned to that. All right.
This is a killer episode, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, like. I got a Mew. I just want to play with my Mew now.
That sounds weird.
It might. Some might take it weird.
I'm getting hungry. I'm so hungry. The Witness, I was not thinking about food, and
you said you were going to go home and eat.
Well, I was thinking about it, and then I was thinking maybe we'd record the podcast early, but then you took a long time.
I had stuff to do. So that happens. Yeah, but now you got the Witness. Now I'm hungry too. I got food afterwards. Molly's happy. You should take.
Can you hear the baby?
Oh yeah, we're getting.
She is very full. She got to eat.
Oh, man. There was a time when you and I were that content, and we would just sit there and just like wave our hands around and just giggle, and that was like. The height of our existence.
That was enough.
It was enough. What happened? Like where did we go wrong in our lives that so little is we're no longer content with?
We were exposed to the real earth, real world.
Is Molly gonna be a sheltered child?
I would like her to be until she's old enough to have to be jaded. Like who wants to? Look at her. She's like. Well, I can't hold her in one hand. Who would want to let her see the depravity that can exist on the earth? She's on the internet. The internet's a terrible place.
I let her enjoy the existence of humanity for just a little bit longer, or the lack of the knowledge thereof. Let her just enjoy her self-existence.
Ignorance is bliss, and it's. She needs that.
It's audible.
Yeah. Yes. Tonight I'm eating Alfredo pasta with shrimp.
For me, it'll probably be it might be pizza or burgers.
Pizza and burgers are both extremely good. You can't really go wrong. I personally
I also
prefer
have
burgers.
I also have
You have
boneless wings as well.
Boneless wings are also very good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. So I said we were gonna do a lot of this, but I think we have to at this point. We are in the middle of the epicenter of a massive winter storm that is descending upon our area. Michael, you think this is all just a giant
Hoax?
it's a government conspiracy. Wow. Do you still think we're only going to get like 2 inches of snow?
I have no idea.
That was predicted.
We've the predictions have gone anywhere from 6 inches to 2 feet, and the time keeps getting pushed around. And if you look at the radar, things keep changing, and the weather keeps heating up and then cooling down. We have no idea what's actually going to happen. I like the belief that, while everyone thinks that it's going to be some winter nightmare, we're actually going to get 2 inches, and everyone will have canceled stuff early for no reason.
I prefer to think of it as a winter wonderland.
It's definitely not a winter wonderland. Christmas is over, so snow is just depressing instead of cool.
Winter is not a winter wonderland is not dependent upon Christmas. You can still be winter and have it be a wonderland and have Christmas not involved.
I feel like any snow that falls after Christmas makes me sad instead of happy.
What's the difference?
Because Christmas is supposed to be covered in snow, and then after Christmas is done, unfortunately, Christmas is at the beginning of winter, not the end. So I'm always sad every year. Maybe that explains why I am the way that I am.
So every winter is just a complete like disappointment, depressment bath for you.
Unless it's a really mild winter. Like it was really nice today and this last couple days, but it's likely we're going to get potentially 2 feet of snow. I don't believe that, but it's likely.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. I do not plan on necessarily leaving the house tomorrow, and that will be nice, whether there is snow or no snow.
Yeah, everything is canceled, whether we had a reason to cancel it or not. People have already canceled stuff for like the day after tomorrow. Also, heck,
really?
How many times do I have to enter my credit card on this 3DS?
What call?
Yes, people have already started canceling stuff. Yes.
Oh, your credit card on the DS?
3DS.
What are you doing?
To use the Pokemon Bank, it costs $5 a year, and my year ended, I guess.
Oh well, I guess I don't. Really? Oh man, so if I get Alpha Sapphire in order to transfer my Pokemon over to that, I'm gonna have to spend $5.
No, I think your first year is free.
Oh.
So I don't think you'll have to. But I do because I've used it before.
Gotcha. Well, I'll just time it later. Okay. Nice. Yeah, so I'm thinking that my prediction, your prediction is about 2 inches or less. My prediction is about 7 inches or more. That's what I'm gonna go with.
That's also what you want, and that's also what I want. But you know what? Actually, I'm okay getting snowed in. Sometimes it's nice to not have to go to work. You can stay home, work from home, chill. I've got a baby here who's like slightly getting perturbed now, but mostly she's still okay. Yeah, she just likes to talk. That's a cool age.
Yeah. She's like making noises, and it's like, whoa, what was that? You know, she's farting and scaring herself. There's just all sorts of things that go on at a young age like that.
She sees like lots of different things now. Like she'll track different objects in the environment and whatnot. I think I entered my credit card information the 4th time correctly.
All right, got it. So let's just keep going on this track, Michael. You've been a father for about, we're probably 11 months. But 2 of those months she's been post womb. What's your favorite part of being a father so far?
It's cool to have partaken in the process of creating human beings, and seeing her be born, and then being able to watch her develop slowly. And also, she's really cute.
Slowly. She's so
Oh.
much big. She's so much bigger.
She is so much bigger, and I think that every day I come home, I can tell that she's bigger. So, like, I think she's too big already, but obviously, it's still a slow process. She's still unable to hold her head upright.
Yeah, she's such an innocent, but she's but no, you're right. She's totes adorbs, as some of the females would say.
She's starting to get a little bit perturbed. No, she's mostly cool.
Bring her onto the show. You should bring her onto the show. Let her join us.
I'll have to pick her up in 1 second. I'm seeing if this game is gonna work.
Yeah, it's a Pokebank. It's not.
Are you
cheap
able
in
to see
Pokebank.
her face at all from back there?
Yep. We've got her. Sometimes I'll just click on her and people can just watch Molly for all, because that's the only reason people watch this show anymore.
That's actually
what-
true,
that's what-
but I also don't blame them. So
Especially with episodes like today, But it is hashtag. I did preface the show that we can do whatever we want on this show. So,
all right, I'm gonna pick the baby.
I would like. All right, I'm going to then now share a little. So I mentioned, you asked about Dark Souls, and I was talking about, I was gonna watch Netflix. I have started or picked up watching the Pokemon on Netflix, and that has
The actual original Pokemon series.
Yes, like the actual Ash Ketchum with his Pikachu meeting baby on the.
I'm pretty sure that show is not that great. What are your thoughts?
It is pretty Japanese. I will say that. Yeah, is she right? She's just staring at me. She has no idea what's going on.
The baby somehow kicked her socks off. She has no socks on.
She doesn't like socks. She's a rebel like that.
Also, her feet are too small to hold them on. So
That's also a problem. No, that show is not. There's some really dumb stuff that happens in that show.
it is definitely a children's show in a lot of ways.
Definitely, most definitely. I just watched an episode where you have the Squirtle Squad, which are basically like jokesters and pranksters. There's a bunch of Squirtles.
Are they
go
wild
around wearing
Squirtles?
Sunglasses. No, they have been Squirtles that have been rejected by their Pokemon trainers.
Pokemasters.
And, they're Pokemasters, and that's how. And so Ash helps the Squirtle Squad, and they end up defeating Team Rocket, as they are supposed to do. And then Ash gets a Squirtle. It's really dumb. I'm watching Ash become a Pokemon trainer, and it's just like, come on, dude, you know better than that. Like, he's out doing all the stupid stuff, and it's like, wait, my Pokeball didn't work, and it's like, duh, you've got to injure the Pokemon first before you catch it.
Did you know that Ash was voiced by a lady?
I could kind of see that.
Yep.
I did not know that though. But the show is very 90s, very, very Japanese.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of it, or just
I watched
at least
a
a little
decent
bit
amount
passing?
of it. Yeah, I watched a decent amount of it, and then decided that I was wasting my life mostly. I like Pokemon. Maybe it was a cool show for kids, but I'd rather just play the games now and then make up my own backstory for Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, you are the Ash Ketchum. I get to watch, how Pokemon trainers, it's like, oh, we got to get a super potion. So did you have you heard or seen the trailer for the new Pikachu detective game?
I've seen talk about it. It looks like a visual novel detective game with Pikachu, but Pikachu is voiced by a grown-up man with a normal voice, and it's really weird.
I want to watch this trailer. I was listening to our site, giantbomb.com. They were talking, the Beastcast was talking about this game, and I want after listening to them, I want to go check out this trailer. It sounds super weird and awesome. I'm perturbed. Does Molly have anything to say?
I was trying to get her to talk, but I don't know if she's going to.
Maybe if you put headphones on, you need like another set of hands for that. She's no, she's she has no idea what's up. Like she's really having a hard time keeping herself out of the mic.
She was talking.
What?
She was talking a bunch before, and then I picked her up, and now she doesn't have anything to say. Hold on, let's see if this works.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna talk to Molly as soon as Michael gets that going. This is what the show's come. All right, hi Molly. Molly, can you hear me? Yep, she can. I think she might be able to hear me. Oh,
now
that's
we have
our
a
shot.
podcast image. Yeah, now we have a podcast image.
Yep. Baby on the beat, moving up in the podcast. Pretty soon she's gonna outrank me on the show.
She appreciates the better quality headphones.
That's what that look was. It wasn't like the sound.
We need to change. Maybe the name of this podcast from hashtag follow the conversation to hashtag Molly fan club.
The Molly fan club. No, we'll just start a separate podcast for that, and then we'll just put hashtag on the wayside.
Every time we're bored, we start a new podcast. This is getting grueling, actually.
Yeah. Hey, I blame you for that.
The last podcast we started is the most intensive podcast we've done to date.
Yeah, it's really draining, and it's surprising to me how draining it actually is.
It's okay. So like this is real life. This is not during the American Idol show. I'm going to admit, it makes I actually kind of like watching American Idol. It makes it a little bit less enjoyable knowing I have to take notes and then write all this stuff. I'm looking forward so much to the like regular rounds where we're assessing people's like performances and they perform full songs, or at least most of full songs. Like I'm looking forward to that part, because this whole audition thing and trying to keep track of who's who when there's 150 contestants or whatever, like it is just ridiculous, and I'm having it's very difficult for me to care.
Yeah, I could see that. You know, I want, like, it's for cultural screening. If I can, I usually don't, but if I can, it'd be better and preferable to watch the shows the second time, so that I can watch on the second time, watch that, and take notes on it and so forth for the show. I can see, but like even that, like those notes are so much less extensive than like yours, like watching it live, and then like there's guys, Michael's writing a lot of notes for podcast.
Let's see if I can. I don't want to show my credit card on the internet. That'd be bad. I've got pages on pages. Well, this is upside down of like full page notes with different things. Like we've had to reference it because sometimes we forget who a contestant is because there's so many contestants, and then I got to go and find my original notes for this person, and it actually helps me remember who they are. It's a whole thing.
So let's be real. Let's get real for a second. This is a bonus episode, if you will. If you were to pick one contestant that you could see going all the way, who do you think it could be?
So, like, some of the people that I would have thought would have made it farther would have been like that. I think his name was Charlie.
Daniel.
Yep, because I called him Charlie the other day, and also his name's Daniel. Daniel. Yeah. I would have thought he would have made it at least pretty far. Let's see. I think LaPortia is gonna go far. Personally, I liked that blues guy, but I don't even know if he's still in it. I don't remember his name.
I don't.
Oh, you like Sassler?
Yes, I like Sassler. I think Sassler has a killer voice, and I think he nails like almost everything, basically everything that he performs and attempts. We'll see. I think we will see him going far, in this show.
Oh, I guess Dalton Rapatoni. I don't think he's necessarily the most talented, but he's likely to make the music that I would actually listen to. He's the punk rock kid.
Yes, he was the one of the two friends. Him and the green-haired girl,
Jackie.
yeah, she got voted off, but or not voted off, but well,
Kicked off or whatever.
in the show. And yeah, he's going forward. We'll see. The man who's the splitting image of Green Day.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see.
Amanda thought I was kidding, and then I showed her a picture of Billy Joe Armstrong, and she was like, "Oh, you were not exaggerating at all." I was like, "No, not really."
A man who exaggerates a lot. No, that time he was not exaggerating. So, yeah, no, I really like Jordan Salsa.
She appears to be dancing when she tries to hold her head solid straight.
She's got to work on them neck muscles. Those are a difficult. I mean, she's got a lot of weight to hold up and get used to holding up.
Her head is a large percentage. Bless you. Her head is a large percentage of her body, probably a third, easily. Here we go.
Now
I'm holding her here.
Perhaps.
Close to a third, definitely a quarter. It's hard to tell because her legs are long, but also skinny.
Okay, gotcha. She's
see. There we go. Say hi.
Is that her? If she had earbuds up, you need to get like a audio splitter and just get her some baby earphones so she can stay attuned to the show.
So like, since I've become a parent, I've like I don't know what messes kids up, right? So I know that things I did. Yeah. I know the things that I did when I was a kid, but I'm not going to pretend that I'm not a messed up person. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm not throwing any blame on my parents. They don't know either. Like, who knows what messes kids up? Do I want to let her use earphones when she's, well, especially not when she's this big, but like, do I want to let her use earphones when she's a kid? Do I want to let her watch TV ever in her life? Like, I don't want to mess this kid up. I don't know what messes people up. Like, does this look like the kind of face? Hold on.
Okay.
Does this look like the kind of face you would want to mess up?
Yeah, stick your tongue out. Yes, that is the type of face that no.
Speak into the microphone. Say hi. She is silent on the issue.
She's got a lot of stuff to say.
Oh, she's getting a little bit angry now.
Hard time saying it. Take down. This is embarrassing.
Oh, now she's talking. Hold on. Never mind.
Nope. It's okay. She's a little shy. Oh, there's a little bit of noise.
She's like dancing. Can you see this?
Yeah. A little. Oh, hold on. I gotta fix the camera. There we go.
She's just like randomly moving her body parts.
That or she's just agitated and she just doesn't know what to do with it.
Are you taking the baby away?
I can.
No, you don't have to. We're trying to get her to talk, but... Oh, there we go.
There you go, folks. Our first critical review of the hashtag Polar Conversation.
She gave this episode a thumbs down, as should you.
I should...
Huh? I'll let her have a pacifier.
Yeah,
she's probably getting bummed out because I keep stuffing her face on the microphone.
Folks, this is called censorship. When someone speaks out against your art form, and then you just shove pacifiers in the mouth to shut them up.
Are you able to see that she has a hold of my microphone cord? Like she's gripping it in her hand. Oh, she let go because it was within her reach. This is going to be a problem someday.
She's trying to pull the plug on the show.
I do not blame her.
Yeah.
She's too short to see. Here we go.
There we go.
No, she's good. No,
we can watch her stare at the screen.
Like, I don't know. Is this messing her up? Is her seeing your face on the screen going to screw up for life? Is she going to be blind and have, like, the devil inside? I mean, I have the devil inside now. Ruby just
literally just like
he hit himself my monitor. Oh, you dropped the whole monitor?
The whole monitor fell over. Oh, heck darn it.
Let's wrap this up, please.
Yeah, let's call it. I'm calling it right now. Michael, can people find you on the internet?
Unfortunately, yes. You can find me at twitter.com/MichaelNip, MICHAELKNIPP, or Facebook.com/TheRealMichaelNip. Someone just spit their pacifier on the ground.
It wasn't me.
That's true.
Folks, if you want to email the show, it's podcast@whackbatters.com. If you want to follow me on the internet, it's twitter.com/droopy132 or facebook.com/droopy132. Molly, has she finally got something to say? Does she have an opinion?
Yeah, she's really ticked that her pacifier is not in her mouth.
What'd you do? Lace it with like juice or something? I might. All right. As my
Dad noises.
All right. Yep. Dad noise. Hashtag dad noises. Holy cow. Let's
This is getting good fast. Wrap this up.
I blame myself for this, guys. Just so you know, this is all my fault. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, check out American's Idol. It's on the website. We've got other podcasts on there as well. Go back and check out all the shows of there's there's way better shows than this. Check out Cultural Screening. Check out I Can't No Music on the Music. Guys, if you're watching this show, you can listen to these plugs and then listen to those because those are legitimately better shows than this one. But I Can't No Music on the Music. Check out, it's on hiatus right now, but you can go back and check out some of the archive. Some good stuff on there. Michael and Blake listen to My Chemical Romance. They listen to The Wall. They've got 2 Pink Floyd albums under their belt. They've got 2 David Bowie albums under their belt. They've got some stuff in there, so go check that out. Other random artists like what's that
Protege.
Weezer inspiration? Protege or that Weezer Pixies. Yeah, some other random stuff. So go check those out. All right, so that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Cultural Screening. That is Baby on the Beat. My name is Juby, and I have been joined, and I'm signing off with my co-host
Michael and Baby on the Beat.